All right, back in house here in Boaz, Alabama. Coach Witt and Coach, you guys were recently able to host the area tournament. Not only host it, you guys come out victorious in that area tournament, which is huge because now you host the cross with a shot at Jacksonville on the line. Rewind the clock, Coach. I mean, first of all, behind the scenes, there's a lot of things go into an area tournament, referees and scheduling and stuff like that, but how the whole week transpired overall.
Yeah, we hosted on Monday. We played Crossville in the 5:30 game, and it's a team that we had beat by 30 plus 2 times we played them before, and they came out, and give Coach Shankles credit. He does more with less than anybody in the state. I think
he gets after it.
He does a great job. Their guys were prepared. I mean, it was a 2-point ball game going into the fourth quarter. They came out, they hit shots. They threw some different defenses at us and got us out of our rhythm. And I don't know if we were just looking past that one a little bit or what, but we had a dogfight. We ended up winning by 19. We played really well in the fourth quarter, but first 3 quarters they played with us. So it was. I think that game, having to grind it out like we did in that one, I think helped prepare us for last night. Kept us mentally sharp, and we knew we had to be a little bit more locked in our scout and walkthroughs and stuff, because we weren't very good in that during that time on Monday. So I think it was an eye-opener for us. It was good for us getting to the point from last night. And then, Sardis beat Douglas in their Monday night game, semifinal game. Beat them by 30, looked really good. So then we played Sardis last night, and back and forth first half. We go into the start of the fourth quarter, we're up 13, and then Sardis applies some pressure, punches us in the mouth. It's a 1-point game with about 4 minutes to go, and then it's back and forth from there. Lucas Montgomery hits a layup at the buzzer to send it to overtime, and then we find a way to pull away in overtime and win. Just a high-quality high school basketball game, great environment, 2 schools that are 5 minutes from each other. So it was a fun place to be last night, a fun game to be a part of. Just it was a lot of fun.
How hard is it to beat a team like that, where you have to constantly see, and it's right here? I know it's a rivalry, but man, this one meant a whole lot.
Yeah, it did for sure. Multiple reasons, like you said, they're right down the road, a rivalry. They're dropping down to 4A. We're staying 5A, so probably the last time we play each other for a while. And then, like you said, we played them already this year. We split. That goes into it. They've gotten so much better this last month of the season. They've been playing really, really well. Lucas Montgomery, that kid is unbelievable. He had 35 last night. I told him after the game, him and his folks, he said, if anybody around this area deserves to play at the next level, it's that kid. I mean, he's put a ton of work in.
Give him a shot.
Yeah, he had 35 last night. Made a bunch of tough shots. Every shot that he made was contested.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a special player, and he's definitely capable of playing at the next level. But really, really proud of our guys and how they responded, and just a fun high school basketball game, man. I'm so proud of those guys. I've been emotional since last night. I'm a Boaz guy. I played in 2 of those games as a player, and then that was my second one as a coach, and this is the first time that we've been able to end it, being able to cut the nets down. So really, really special moment for me and my family. But just really, really proud of our guys and how they were able to just battle through and find a way to finish the game like they have so many other times this year.
Anytime you end the game and win a game like that for an area championship's awesome, but being able to do that here, how much more special is that?
Yeah, it's really special. Had the chance to cut a few nets down at Plainview when I was there, but now just being the head guy and doing it at home with so many people that I've got relationships with from before I was the head coach here. I've coached the Hamiltons. I coached them in rec ball. I know a bunch of these guys' families and have seen them grow up at church or just throughout the community and stuff like that. So it's special. It's special for sure. And to have so many people that poured into me and when I was a player here, and all of that, being in the stands and supporting us. It's meant a lot. It's meant a lot. I'll remember this one for a long time.
Now, by doing all that, you have the ability to host this cross game coming up. Tell us what that's going to look like, when it is, and everything.
Yeah, we play on Saturday at 6 o'clock. Happy Valentine's Day to all of our parents. They can celebrate that. Celebrate that here at the gym with us. We play West Point. West Point's quality team. I've gotten to become good friends with their coach, Mason Vos. They're quality. They led most of their game in the area championship game against Lawrence County, and then Lawrence County found a way to win that one in triple overtime. It was a really, really high level game. They've got some really good looking guys, got some size inside, really athletic, and some guys that can score. So it's going to be a tough one, but it'll be fun. I think our guys are up to the challenge. We've started our prep on that one. We knew we were going to get one of those two, so we've been watching a little bit of both of them for a week or so. But then, we're starting to fine tune it now towards West Point. And, we played them last year in one regular season game at their place. We played them over the summer at their place again. So our guys are a little bit familiar with some of theirs, which is good. But at the same time, they're familiar with us too. But, Coach Vos does a great job with those guys. They play really hard. They run good action. Just some guys that have played together for a while, and, they've got great chemistry, similar to us. So, I think we match up play style wise in a lot of ways, but then there's some ways that we differ as well, just with some of the size and stuff that they have. But it should be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it.
What is it about them on film you've seen that kind of jumps off to you?
They've got two guys that have got size and also skill, can stretch the floor. I think 35, Maddox Chapman, he's probably 6'3", 6'4", long, athletic, and can get downhill, finish at the rim, can also stretch the floor a little bit. He's more of just a true lean athletic build, and then they've got another one, 24. I'm blanking on his first name. Shelton's his last name, but he's probably 6'4", 6'5", a little bit bigger body, but still can put the thing on the ground and finish around the rim, but can also stretch the floor. So it'll be different for us to play two skilled bigs. I don't know that we've done that a whole lot this year.
You don't see that a lot anymore.
But it'll be a different matchup for us. But we've played skilled guys all year long. And I think we're just going to have to give ourselves the best chance to win. We feel like we've got a decent game plan just before we've watched a ton of film getting into it. But we know roughly what we need to do to limit them a little bit and give ourselves the best chance to win. But it'll be a fun game. It'll be a good matchup. I'm excited to be able to play it at home. I think that'll be a big factor than having to travel over an hour on the road rather than us having to go. If we had to go to Lawrence County, it'd be about an hour and 40 on the road. So I think playing at home should be a good advantage for us. We've played well here all year long. I think last night made it 12-3 at home this season. So we've had a good home court advantage so far. So I think that'll play a factor in it. But we're excited at the opportunity. Last night was the 15th area championship in history on the boys' side. So that's not an every year occurrence for us. So we're celebrating this one. I'm excited at the opportunity to be able to play a sub-region game here and just continue on with this special season that we've had so far.
You got a lot of youth on this team, but it's experienced youth. The guys had been forced into minutes, so to speak. Talk about how you got to kind of lean on that, because this is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. The experience still, being young, goes out the door now because they've had a full 30 games at this point to get it under their belt, and they've been battle tested. We've played some really, really tough competition this year. I think that will prepare us for the big moments like we had last night. We're up 13 going into the fourth, and Sardis ends up taking the lead with about 2.5, 3 minutes to go last night, but we never faltered. We just continued weathering the storm and continued throwing punches. And again, they score first in overtime, and then we come down and hit a three and take the lead and hang on to it from there. And just got stops when we had to. So their experience has just, that's what's helped them just grow throughout the year. I mean, they've it's been special to watch.
It's your guys,
man.
It's
been special to watch. They've been a lot of fun to be around. That I think the thing that makes that group so special is just how close knit they are. Like I've never been around a group as close as those guys, and that's what makes it.
They're like brothers, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. They
some of them are literally brothers.
Yeah, we got a couple that are literally brothers. Yeah, but they've got a special bond, and it just makes it a lot of fun to be a part of that locker room. And I think that's in addition to how hard they've worked, which we've talked about on here numerous times, the amount of time and effort and shots that they've put in on their own. It's paid off to this point, and that's what's led us to where we're at. And they're continuing to be vigilant in the time that they put in, but just really, really proud of the season that we've had thus far, and we're looking forward to hopefully playing next week in a regional tournament.
Do you see some similarities from a continuity standpoint, brotherhood, that you've seen, like Luke and that bunch at Plainview when they were coming through? Because they seem to be like they could just read each other, like it's crazy.
Yeah, I think so. That's what makes it fun. I think that's what high school basketball, high school sports in general is about. I tell those guys all the time that winning and losing games, that's part of it, but the things that you're going to remember the most are just the moments and the relationships that you build with those guys. Like Coach Lee that I've got on staff with me, he's my varsity assistant. We played together, we graduated together. We've got a group message together with our guys that we graduated with that we talk in every day. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for out of these guys, and just with the relationships that they have, I'm confident that they're going to continue to see those through. So it's just a special group. Speaking of Luke Smith was in the building last night.
That's awesome.
Watching us play. I got to talk to him for a minute. So
that's awesome.
That's my guy. I really appreciate the relationship that we have, and for him to come out and watch a Boaz game on a Wednesday night, it meant a lot to me. So
heck
I just want to throw that in there. The stash is still getting mentions on Average Joe's.
One of the greatest quoted guys in the history of the planet.
Yep.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us. Good luck to you guys on Saturday. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.